Good morning, Andy. Firstly, many congratulations on the purchase of your new motorhome, and thank you very much for choosing Motorhome Depot. It's been a pleasure to deal with you. And I'm always here if you do have any questions off the back of this video, yourself or Jack, or your daughter, you can always get in contact. So what I'll hopefully do today is give you a walk around video, externally first, then internally, giving you the operations of how everything works. One of the beauties with this is that this vehicle is that it does still come with the original handbook. So you've got every single operating instruction inside there for you as well, so you can always refer to that if anything on here that I am saying doesn't make any sense, or if you'd like to have a further look into it. So starting on this front corner here, one of the most important things is the filler cap. So just on the corner here, you push the side, that lifts it open. So as you can see, it is unleaded fuel. That is opened with the ignition key, as I explained to Jack anyway. So yep, key in there, and that will allow you to open it. Simple as that. We'll carry on round. So I've tried to leave some doors open so I can show you, seeing as I am one-handed at the moment with the phone. So inside here you've got your gas locker. So you'll see you've got the one small gas bottle in there at the moment, all connected up. You do have space for a second if you would like another one in there, or a taller one, but everything in there I'm going to leave in for you. So you've got the hookup lead, you've got a few toilet chemicals, just a few bits and bobs in there as well, so you are pretty much set up and ready to go. Turning the gas bottle on and off, just on the top of the bottle you can probably just about see there, it does say on off, so it gives you a good indication of which way to turn it to open it, and which way to close it, sorry. It's important to travel with the gas turned off just as a safety measure, so that would be my advice for you, for whoever's going to be using it, just to come inside this locker and turn that off before travelling. So that's that locker there. I've left the door open for now so I can pop inside in a moment, but we'll carry on round to the back. You do have the corner steadies at the bottom there, so if you do want to add that extra bit of stability whilst you're camping and parked up, you've got the option for that. Bike rack, nice and easy. Pretty self-explanatory they are, so I'll leave that as it is. The bottom corner here is for the toilet cassette. Now again, I did briefly explain this to Jack, but again, you do have the little yellow catch at the bottom there that stops it from sliding out. You push that down and it will then slide all the way out when emptying. So slide it all the way out. Now you'll see eventually that you do have a yellow button just at the bottom there, if you can see that from there. What you do, so you pull it all the way out, twist the cap open like that, open the cap, and then when you're ready to empty it, you press and hold the yellow button at the bottom, and everything will flood just out of here. What that yellow button does is it releases all the air inside the toilet cassette and just allows everything to flow out a lot easier. So that's that. Now if you get to this locker and you feel like this is not pulling out for any reason, it will be because the catch inside the toilet is not fully closed, which I'll show you when we get inside. So don't pull it if it's not coming. It'll just be because the catch is not fully closed inside. So that's that. The next section is for your hookup point. So this will allow you to power anything and everything inside the vehicle on 230 volts. So items such as your 3-pin socket. So if you want to charge any phones, or you can plug any 230 volt televisions in, that will allow you to do that. Next section's here. So you've got two little items here. So the one on the left is your Carver Cascade boiler. So that's just basically to allow all the fumes from the boiler when it's heating the water to come outside. And the one on the right here is to fill your fresh water up. Now I've left the cap off for now. The cap is just on the driver's seat. It's nice and easy to fill it up. You literally just put a hose pipe in the side, and you can either check on the gauge inside how full it is, or just fill it till it overflows really. So pretty easy. If and when you want to empty the boiler, if it's winter time or you're not going to be using it for a little while, you just come down to the bottom here. You've got the little plastic drain, so it says there, drain against frost. So if there's going to be any risk of any frost, what we tend to recommend, flat blade screwdriver, twist it to the left, stand to the side a little bit, because there will be pressure in there and it will come flying out. And otherwise you'll end up with some wet trousers. So yeah, stand to the side, open that up, and that will that will drain the boiler for you. We'll carry on round. So I think that's pretty much everything externally. I'll move on to the inside now for you. So you do have the manual step on this as well, so it's literally just by hand, or almost like a pivot system, sits back into place like that. Okay, so I will start. I'll just give you a view from back to front. It's generally just a really nice vehicle, to be honest, very nice and tidy. There we go. So I'll start with the control panel, or the Zig unit as it is formally called. So from left to right you have your, first of all it tells you your water level, so you can see the water level is between quarter and half tank full at the moment, and then it also gives you the battery level. So because the battery's on green, the battery levels are healthy. I would take this tank level with a pinch of salt. They're not the most accurate of gauges, but it does give you a rough indication of yeah, just how much water is in the system. So the next button across is the basically the isolator switch. So if you wanted to isolate the power coming from the leisure battery, turn that off, and that turns everything off for you. Yeah, nice and easy. The next one across is the water pump. Now I would certainly make sure that you have at least a quarter of a tank of water in there before turning that water pump on. You don't want to run a dry pump and it burn it out over time. So yeah, my recommendation is make sure you've got a fair amount of water in the system before turning that pump on. Yeah, so what the pump will do is it'll pump it from your fresh water tank through your tap. So we've got enough water in there. The pump is switched on, so I will show you some water coming out of the taps. So that's the cold side, and then the hot side. Now I do have the boiler on at the moment, so we do have some hot water in that system as well. But you can see you've got a decent amount of pressure as well for a relatively small tap. You do have some good pressure on there. Obviously it's difficult to demonstrate hot water, but that is pretty warm now. And if you can see the steam, difficult to see on the video, but there is some steam coming out of there now as well. But I'll turn that off now. There we go. Now before dropping this the travel cover down, you do have to just push the tap. That's quite warm as well. You do have to push the tap so it's in its downward position like that, so it doesn't catch on here. This is like a draining board, so that will go into the waste tank as well. But yeah, nice and easy. I will try and show you this working as well, so apologies if I get a bit close while I'm just igniting the gas hobs. There's one, there's two, let's get the back ones. And then finally, back left. Just so you can see, all four gas rings are working fine. It is quite a warm day today, so I will turn them off pretty quickly. Now I will just go inside here and show you, once it has lit, the grill. So the grill is the middle one. These are the front two, and then the back two are for the back two there. So just so you can see, you've got the flame for the grill up there as well. Turn that off there. And finally the oven. So you've got a separate igniter on this. The igniter is on that side. I'll just keep the phone. In fact, I might have to ignite it and then show you after. There we go. So you can see you've got your oven. That's your controls that side, your igniter there. Nice and easy. The final thing in this area are your gas isolation valves. So again, you've got the diagram there and the isolators there. So if you ever want to isolate any gas to the system, One for a safety precaution, if you smell gas, you're not sure where it's coming from, you can isolate those switches inside there. And also for winter, some people like to isolate them over winter as well. So you don't have to, it's just, yeah, something you can do. That's that. So we'll move on into the bathroom. So you'll just about see there, you do have a black catch at the bottom of the toilet. Now when you want to use the toilet, you'll see the little catch here. Twist that to the side where it says open, and you can see that sliding open and closed. Once you've done using the toilet, once you use the toilet, close that back up. Now that is the catch that has to be fully closed before the cassette will let you pull it out, basically. So yeah, nice and easy with that. You do have a sink in here. Now this is always a very strange feeling. Obviously there is no drain on this, so basically what you do once you've done using, so hot, again I'll show you hot, and I will show you a bit of air in the system there, some cold as well. Now like I say, very strange feeling. The water goes down behind the unit, there we go, and it goes into the waste tank from there. So nice and easy there as well. Everything in there is pretty self-explanatory. Other than that, you have your light up there, mirror, and a cleaning product as well. So that's all good there. I will just turn around and show you your fridge freezer. So it is a three-way fridge. So at the moment I've got it turned on electric, sorry. So you'll just be able to see there, you've got so here we go, so two diagrams there. The one on the left is a little battery icon. So what the battery icon is for is when you are traveling from home to a campsite or place to place, and you want to keep the fridge nice and cold whilst you're driving. That will power the fridge from the vehicle battery, but only when the engine is started and running. Simple as that, really. If you're on a campsite, you hooked up the electric, you've paid for your electric, you might as well use the one that we're on at the moment, which is the electric side of things. That's the 230 volt, so yeah, nice and easy. And also I've got it lit on gas as well, so you can see how that works is press the top button there as your igniter. Now you press and hold this button here to allow the you see the little flame there. Press and hold that in, and that allows gas to come into the fridge, and then it allows it to light. So you should, I mean, you can see that that's I'll just try and zoom in. There we go. So you can just about see the blue pilot light in the bottom corner of in there. So when you get the blue pilot light, you know it has lit. You'll also hear the ticking stop. So I'll just turn that off, just so you can hear, hopefully, the ticking for it to start trying to ignite. Might not be able to hear it because we're inside, but no, it has just lit straight away. But yeah, you'll hear some ticking with the fridge trying to ignite. Then when it does ignite, that ticking will stop. So I'll turn that off for now. The final thing with the fridge freezer is this little button here. So that locks the door into place so it doesn't come swinging open whilst you're driving. Push it down. When you want to open it again, push the green button there. They are very stiff for good reason, so that again, so it doesn't come flying open whilst you're driving. So push there. Nice and easy. I will show you your fire here now as well. Now this has got two sides to the fan, so fire, sorry. So you've got the gas side on the right hand side just there, and you have the fan master side, which is this left hand side just here. Now the fan master side was an optional extra from new, which was obviously taken on this, which is a good positive. So if you just want to use gas, you don't want to use the electric side of things, you literally push and turn this side here, and that will ignite the system on gas for you. That's it. So that will ignite it on gas. You'll hear you'll hear it all kick in for you, nice and easy. And you've also got the fan side of things. I'm not going to go into this in too much detail because the book does explain this very, very well and a lot better than what I can do. So that I'll indicate which pages on the book just to refer to for that for you as well. So gas side for the heating there, electric side for the heating that side. Now the final thing is the water. So at the moment, obviously you've got your wardrobe here. At the moment we are heating the water via 230 volts. So this little switch on here will only heat the water on 230 volts when we're hooked up at the side, as we are at the moment. So if you want, again, the correct procedure to follow with this is: 1, make sure you've got water in the system. 2, make sure that the pump is switched on. And what I also like to do is make sure that you have water running freely through the taps before turning that on, just to make sure there's no air inside the system or anything like that. So yeah, my process would be: make sure you've got water in the system, make sure that the taps are open and you can get some free water running through there. Once that's the case, come inside here, flick that on, and that will start to heat the water on electric for you. Inside this locker here, in this cupboard here as well, you also have your RCD unit. So if you do overpower it, trip anything out, anything like that, you can just come here, yeah, and set it all back up again, just like you would at home, really. So nice and easy. If you are not on a campsite which has electric and you want to heat your water by gas, you have this setting here. So it's all very easy. Press the button there, you'll see the green light come on, and that will start to heat the water on gas. Nice and easy. So to turn it off, you see when you get the red light there, it's all lit for you. Turn that off. You do have, I'll just zoom out again, you do have all your individual light switches just there. Some of these lights, I think one of them at the back here, this one here is a 230 volt, so the 240 volt, sorry, so it does say there, that's turned on and off just there. One other thing to remember is you do have 2 other isolation switches, so you can isolate the power to 12 volt system and 230 volt system. So 12 volt, I'll switch that switch, then you'll see the lights go off. There we go. So that's just isolated the whole 12 volt system, but you'll see that the 230 volt light is still on. So what I will do is I will now press that button, and you'll see that should oh sorry, it's because we're on at the control panel still, but that will, when you are not hooked up to the electrics as we are at the moment, that will isolate the power to the 230 volt system as well for you. That's just a 12 volt socket, so any cigarette lighter type things will be charged. You can plug in there, anything like that really. With regards to making up the beds, again, I'm going to leave that to the book because it shows you diagrams, and there's no better way of showing you than diagrams, and it tells you which pillow goes where and vice versa like that. So it's just a lot easier that way around. One of the final things, I'll show you how the cupboards work. So they're all on push lockers. So push to allow it to, when that releases, the cupboard will open. And how the bracket works is it sits, you lift it to the top, then it sits into place. And then when you want to release the locker, you lift it past that point and it will come back down again, nice and easy. So inside this locker you have your status aerial booster. So bottom right corner, switch that on. What that does is basically allows, yeah, it picks up a signal for your television basically. So switch that on, you'll get the red light, and then as soon as that's on you can plug your telly in and go from there really. So nice and easy. Now I think that is pretty much everything really. I don't think I've missed anything. If I have, or like I said before, if you do have any questions, anything that you're struggling with, please don't struggle. You've got the book inside here. I'll show that quickly. You'll see a proper antique. So from December 1999, you do have the original Talisman instruction book. It gives you a list of contents where it tells you everything about how everything works and what to do everything with. Yeah, so it gives you a good indication really of how everything works and what to do everything. What to do with everything, should I say? Sorry. You've got your water systems on there. Everything that you'll ever need to know is in here really. So yeah, from your toilet cassette and all the items that you need to know. You do have 2 sets of keys as well. There we go, I'll just get to the bed. So you can see the bed here as well. So it tells you how to set them up as single beds, how to have them as a normal daily, it tells you which cushions are numbered and where to have them where, and then also how to make it up as a double bed as well. So yeah, you've got all sorts of different diagrams there. Finally, now I did show this to Jack as well, but you'll see just in the cab area, you do have the red flashing light at the moment. Now, the vehicle will only start when that red flashing light has gone out. Now how you do that is you've got the immobiliser here. Press the little black button there, and you'll see that red light has stopped blinking. You have a small period of time now to start the engine as you've disconnected the immobiliser from there then. So what that basically is, it's just a way to keep you safe and keep the vehicle from being stolen. So keep this safe. I probably wouldn't recommend to keep it in the vehicle whilst you are using the vehicle, while not using it, sorry, because if anybody gets hold of the keys then they can start it. So yeah, it's just a good way of keeping you in the vehicle safe. So this stop lock is one of ours, so it won't come with this, unfortunately, but everything else is as it should be, really. So a view from front back to front as well. There we go. So I do genuinely think you've got a very nice vehicle on your hands here, Andy, to be honest. So yeah, any questions, just let me know. Final thing in here is you do have the drive away awning that the customers that I've managed to negotiate and leave that in for you. Now I will be 100% honest, I couldn't tell you how to work that. They're all very, very different in their own way, so it will just be a matter of getting it up, having a play around with it and seeing how that works. So the rest of these cupboards are all just storage. So, but yeah, thank you very much again for choosing Motorhome Depot. I hope you have many happy times and happy journeys and happy memories inside this vehicle. And yeah, and hopefully I'll speak to you soon. Thank you.